On September 30th, 1938, the Munich Agreement was signed by the leaders of Britain, France, Germany, and Italy. This historic event took place in Munich, Germany, and was intended to address the growing tensions in Europe. This agreement allowed Nazi Germany, led by Adolf Hitler, to annex the Sudetenland, a region of Czechoslovakia with a significant ethnic German population. The Sudetenland was strategically important and rich in resources, making it a valuable acquisition for Hitler's regime. The hope? To prevent a larger conflict in Europe. European leaders believed that by conceding to Hitler's demands, they could maintain peace and stability on the continent. British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain and French Premier Édouard Daladier agreed to Hitler's demands, believing that this concession might avoid another war. They were driven by the memories of the devastating First World War and were desperate to avoid a repeat. Chamberlain famously declared that the deal would bring peace for our time, reflecting his belief in appeasement as a means to ensure peace. He returned to Britain to a hero's welcome, waving the signed agreement as a symbol of his diplomatic success. But how did that turn out? Not so well. The initial public reaction was one of relief and optimism, but this sentiment was short-lived. The Munich Agreement is widely seen as a failed attempt to prevent World War II. Critics argue that it was a misguided policy that only delayed the inevitable conflict. In fact, it emboldened Hitler and allowed him to further his expansionist ambitions. The agreement gave him the confidence to pursue his aggressive policies without fear of immediate retaliation. Just months later, in March 1939, Hitler violated the agreement by seizing the rest of Czechoslovakia. This blatant act of aggression demonstrated that Hitler had no intention of honoring the Munich Agreement. And by September 1939, Germany's invasion of Poland triggered the outbreak of World War II. The world was plunged into a conflict far more devastating than anyone had anticipated. So, why is the Munich Agreement so significant? It serves as a powerful lesson in the dangers of appeasement and the importance of standing up to aggressive powers. It's often cited as a symbol of the dangers of appeasing aggressive dictatorships. The policy of appeasement, while well-intentioned, ultimately failed to prevent war and instead encouraged further aggression. It's a classic case of giving an inch and losing a mile. The Munich Agreement showed that making concessions to a dictator can lead to greater demands and more significant losses. Chamberlain's approach, though well-intentioned, underestimated Hitler's ambitions, and the agreement ultimately failed to bring lasting peace. It highlighted the dangers of underestimating a determined and ruthless adversary. The lessons of the Munich Agreement have influenced international diplomacy and foreign policy in the decades since. It has become a cautionary tale for leaders and policymakers around the world. It serves as a stark reminder that sometimes peace can only be maintained by standing firm against aggression rather than giving in to it. The importance of collective security and strong alliances has been underscored by the failures of appeasement. Remember, history isn't just about what happened. It's about understanding the causes and consequences of events and learning from them to make better decisions in the future. It's about what we learn from it. The Munich Agreement teaches us that appeasement can sometimes lead to the very conflict it aims to avoid, and that vigilance and preparedness are essential in maintaining peace. And the Munich Agreement teaches us that appeasement can sometimes lead to the very conflict it aims to avoid. It remains a pivotal moment in history, reminding us of the complexities and challenges of international diplomacy. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical deep dives. Your support helps us continue to explore and analyze significant events from the past. Until next time, stay curious, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep exploring the rich tapestry of our shared history.